Alright, this is section 8 of the test. In a starting game, words earn points based on letters. ASK are 8 points, everything else is 2 points. Alright, so the word is sandblaster, so how many are S, A, or K? So there's S there, there's an A there, there's an A there, and an S there. There's no K's, another A or S's. So it's 8, 8, 8, and 8, so that's 32. Plus, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 2 is 14. So that is 46. So it's not, I mean, it's the first question, you know, it's going to be easy. Number 2, if p is greater than 0, meaning 0 cannot be the denominator, then p cubed times 1 minus p minus 1 minus p. 1 divided by p minus 1 divided by p is just 0. So p cubed times 0. Anything times 0 is always 0, so the answer is 0. 1 minus p, I mean, 1 over p minus 1 over p is 0. It's the same thing, so it gives you 0. Number 3. If we're above, what is the value of p? Alright, so you see there's 2 different triangles. 30, 90 something, 90, 40 something. Alright, so you know angles in a triangle have to add up to 180. So that's 90 and that's 30, so that's 120. 180 minus 1 is 20, so that's 60. 90 and 40 is 130. And 180 minus 130 is 50, so you know that's 50. Now, you know the angles of a straight line have to add up to 180. So it's 180 minus, it was 60 plus 50 is 110. So that gives you 70. So P is equal to 70. Hope you get that. So again, triangles, there's 2 triangles. Triangles have to add up to 180. So 30, 90, 60, that's 180. 40, 90, 50, that's 180. So angles in, so this R is 50. So the angles in a straight line have to add up to 180. So 60 plus 50 is 110. So this means it has to be 70 to add up to 180. Number 4, this is you have to read the problem and then come up with the equation. So David has 4 less. So you know David already has 4 less. Let me just subtract than half, one half the number of balloons Katie has. So he has 4 less than 1 half. So what's 1 half of K? 1 half minus K minus 4. So that answer is D. Simple, simple. Alright, number 5. Alright, the charge for the first quarter mile with taxi ride is $1.40. It's pretty expensive. And the charge for the next, for additional quarter mile is 20 cents. And the total charge for starting taxi ride is $5. What is the length of the ride? Alright. So for the first quarter mile, so it doesn't matter how far you're going to go, you're going to have to pay $1.40. Alright. So 5 minus 140. That equals to 360. So the first quarter mile, so 1 quarter mile, right, costs 140. So the rest of the miles have to add up to 360. So again, the first quarter mile is 140. So how many miles she went level? She went $3.60 worth of quarter miles. So each quarter mile is 20 cents. So it's 3.60 divided by 0.20. You get 18. So she went 18 additional quarter miles. So additional. So she went 1 quarter mile for the 140, and then 18 more quarter miles. So how many quarter miles is that? So that's the 1 plus 18. So she went 19 quarter miles. So it's 19 divided by 4. You write that, so it's 4 and 3/4. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 19. So again, you pay 140 for the first quarter mile. So you gotta subtract 140 from 5. That's because that whatever's left over is going to tell you how many additional quarter miles you went. So $5 minus 140 is $3.60. So that's how many quarter miles you went. So she went $3.60 worth of quarter miles. So divided by 20, so that's 18 quarter miles. And since it's asking for how many miles, not quarter miles, but miles, so you went 19 quarter miles. 19 divided by 4, that's how many miles you have. So you went 4 miles and 3/4 of a mile. So it's B. Number 6. A is 4 greater than B. So A is 4 greater than B. So A is equal to B plus 4. And a squared plus b squared is equal to 10. What is the value of a, b? Alright, so again, substitution. So it's b plus 4 squared plus b squared has equal to 10. So b plus 4 squared is, so it's b squared plus 8b plus 16 plus b squared has equal to 10. 2b squared, bring the 10 to the other side, you get 6. So it's 8b plus 6, so it's minus 10, minus 10. Right? Alright, so you have to factor this out. So they're all even, so divide by 2. So it's 2 times b squared plus 4b plus 3. It's just easier to work with when it's b squared, not a number, and b squared is a little bit easier to work with. So you factor b squared plus 4b plus 3. So that's just b plus 3 and b plus 1. Alright, so b has to equal to negative 3, or b has to equal to negative 1. So a is equal to b plus 4. So add 4, and you get 1. Add 4, you get negative 3. So now it doesn't really matter what it is. So this is a. So a can be 1 and negative 3. Multiply together, you get negative 3. Or a can be negative 3, and b can be negative 1. Yeah, so you still get negative 3 as your answer. Alright, number 7. Alright, in the packet I gave you, I drew it wrong. I just realized that right now. Alright, so if lines BC and BD are perpendicular to line AB. Alright, so draw a line AB. So AB, let's say this is AB, and it's perpendicular to BC. So that means it's perpendicular, right? So it also has to be perpendicular to BD. So the only way it can be perpendicular is, well, going the other way. So that makes it perpendicular. So now AB, so DB and BC. So they're both perpendicular to BA. So which one of these is true? AB is perpendicular to DC. So DC is this whole line. AB is there, so yes, it's A. So AB perpendicular to AC. AC, no, that'd be a whole different line. So it's not that. So it's A. So again, you have to work backwards. So BD, BC and BD are each perpendicular to line AB. So just draw AB and then draw the lines. So to be perpendicular means 90 degree angle. So BC is here, that makes 90 degrees. So BD has to go the other way, because that's the only other way you can get perpendicular. It's the other way. If we go this way, then that just means it's 180. So, alright. Number 8. The total monthly cost C to send X text messages is given by the function that. For all, you're missing X there. I guess that's why nobody really answered it. You're missing X. Sorry, guys. If Hannah received a bill for $10.50 for sending text messages last month, how many text messages did she send? Alright, so it's 0.05 X minus 2.5 has to equal to 1050. Take the 2.5 over there, so it's 0.05 X has to equal to 13. So X, you divide both sides by 0.05, you get 260. So the answer is E, 260. So again, sorry guys, the X goes there. Sorry, I guess that's why we skipped it, but oh well. So the X is 260, 266 messages. I'm sure you guys send that more. You gotta do that daily instead of monthly. So number 9. If A plus B divided by A minus C, A minus B is equal to 3/7, what is the value of A divided by B? Well, this you just set up. So it's A plus B has to equal to 3. A minus B has to equal to 7. Just top has to go to top and bottom has to go to bottom. No cross multiplication needed. That's just going to be too confusing. So you have two unknowns and 2 equations. Well, you could just add them. So add them together. So you get 2A. The B's cancels equal to 10. A is equal to 5. So A is 5. So 5 plus B is equal to 3. B is equal to negative 2. So A is 5, B is negative 2. Which one of these is it? Well, only A. So it's 5 over 2 divided by negative 2, same thing as saying 5 divided by 2. Negative 5 divided by 2. Number 10. In the circle above, if some of the sectors are colored yellow and the rest are colored blue, Which of the following cannot be a ratio of the yellow sectors to blue sectors? All right. So ratio. So for every yellow, that's to be a certain blue. Okay. So how many sectors are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. So there's 12 sections. So we know when we add them, it has to equal to 12 or a multiple of 12. So either 12, it has to be 12, 6, 4, 2. Yeah, we get my drift. Or 3. All right. So because it's for every yellow, there's a certain amount of blue. So how many yellows? Yellow plus blue has to equal to 12. So you're just gonna add these up. So 1 plus 11 is 12. So that works out. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 is a multiple of 12, yes, or a factor of 12. 1 plus 4, that's 5. You can't have that. So the answer is C. 1 plus 3 is 4. That's a factor of 12. 1 plus 3 is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3, which is a factor of 12. So it's 1 to 4. So again, it's a little bit confusing, but so which of the following cannot be the ratio of yellow sectors to blue sectors? So it's yellow to blue. So we're just saying, so for every X yellow, there's Y blue. Alright, so X plus Y has to equal to the amount of sectors here. So there's 12 sectors. So when you add these two, it has to be either 12 or a factor of 12. So you have to add these up to see which one gives you a factor of 12. Which one doesn't? 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 is not a factor of 12, so that's why the answer is C. Alright, number 11. If A is equal to B to the negative 2 and B is M to the 1 half, what is A in terms of M? So you plug in that M is equal to 1 half. So A is equal to M to the 1 half raised to negative 2. Remember, you still keep the negative 2. So what are the properties of exponents? When you have an exponent raised to another exponent, you multiply the exponents. So A is equal to M. So it's 1 half times negative 2, which is negative 1. M to negative 1 is the same thing as saying 1 over M. So the answer is A. So remember, properties of exponents. You have an exponent raised to another exponent, and you multiply the exponents. So 1 half times negative 2 is negative 1. M to negative 1. When it's negative, you flip it to the bottom. It's 1 over M. Number 12. 12 was a bad question. They messed up. They just messed up. It was a bad question. So the answer was D. But that was the bug's fault. They did the wrong answer. All right. But you're doing it the right way. Let's do it the right way. Either way. G of f of 3. So you plug in. So you always work from the inside out. So you first gotta find f of 3. F of 3. So f of 3 is equal to 4 times 3 minus 8. So that's 12 minus 8, which is 4. So now G of 4. So it's 3 times 4 squared plus 7. 4 squared is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. 48 plus 7 is 55. So the answer is 55. The real answer is 55. 55 is not here, but it was a bad question. I looked in the solutions manual, and they messed up in the solutions manual. They used this equation twice instead of just once. All right. 13. A firefighter uses a 52-foot ladder to approach the burning building, which rests on the level ground. The top of the ladder must be at least 48 feet. All right, so this is 52, and this is 48. What is the maximum possible distance in feet from the exact middle of the ladder to the wall of the building? So exact middle. So that means this has to be 26, and this is 26. Yeah. All right. So it's 48. So exact middle. What is the maximum possible distance in feet from the exact middle of the ladder to the wall of the building? Okay. So you have to do ratios again. Sorry. Yeah. Well, not really. Well, I guess you can. If you don't see this right away, then you can. If you don't see this is a multiple of 5, 12, and 13, well, so because 13 times 4 is 52, 12 times 4 is 48. So this means this has to be 20. So this is 10 and 10. So the answer is 10. But if you don't see that it's a multiple of 5, 12, 13 triangle, then you have to use ratios, which then it gets complicated, but the answer is C. 14 is a little bit confusing to know what's going on. P is the center of the circle. Alright, so lines L, M, N, and all is the key part, are all equally spaced along. LO, which is tangent to the circle. So when it's tangent, so the radius of a tangent means it makes it a 90 degrees. You have to remember that from geometry. A tangent of the circle, and then the radius gives you 90 degrees. If MN is 4, so this is 4, so it means everything else is 4, so that's 4, and that's 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, so that means it's 12. So LO, the length, LO is 12. So length of L is 12, so then LP is 5, 6, or 12, which gives you it's 10. So LP is 10, so this is 10, and then this is 8. What is the area of the circle? So let's redraw the triangle. So this is 8, and this is 10. Again, is the multiple of a 3, 4, 5 triangle. 3, 4, 5. So that means this is 6. So the radius is 6. Sorry. So it's a multiple of 3, 4, 5 triangle. So it means this is 6. So the radius is 6. So NP is 6. So radius of so 6, so area of a circle is pi r squared. So it's pi times 6 squared, which is 36 pi. So the answer is C. It's pretty simple. If you have any questions, just email me. I'll make another video for you. Alright, number 15. Which of the following graphs represents the equation the absolute value of y is equal to absolute value of x? So remember absolute values. So remember, like, absolute value of x is equal to 3. So absolute value, so x is equal to 3, and x is equal to -3. So it's the same thing here. So absolute value of y is equal to the absolute value of x. We only care about the y because we always graph just y. So absolute value of y means y can equal to absolute value of x, or y is equal to negative absolute value of x. So absolute value of x looks like this. The negative version is upside down. So you put them together, the answer is E. So you just have to remember, you only care about the y. You don't care about the y when you're graphing. So you take the first properties of the absolute value. So the absolute value of y is equal to the positive for this and the negative for this. So it's positive absolute value of x and negative absolute value of x. 16. Alright, so it says the variables a, b, c, d, and e have distinct values are enlisted from order from least to greatest. So a is less than b, which is less than c, which is less than d, which is less than e. Which of the following could be true? Alright, b is the arithmetic mean. So it means you have to add all these, divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gives you b. Maybe, we don't know for sure. We need to know numbers, but we'll keep that as a maybe. Number 2, E is one of the modes. Remember, mode means is the one that occurs most often. But since the thing says there are distinct values in order from least to greatest, so it means none of these are the same. So if none of them repeat, then there's no mode. So 2 is wrong. So anything that has 2 in it is wrong. So that one's wrong, that one's wrong, that's wrong. Alright, D is the median. Median is the middle number. We have to find the median number. Well, of course, the number in the middle. So you cancel the largest and smallest. So cancel A, cancel E, largest, small, the next largest, small. So the median number is C, not D. So again, the median number is C, not D. So D is wrong. So anything that has 3 is wrong. So the only that's left over is A. So the answer is A.